Let me come to you first, Mr. Vickery. Now, Professor Sachs, you heard him. He also stated that US politicians don't really care about India. So is it time to perhaps look at that famous adage, it may be dangerous to be America's enemy, but to be America's friend is fatal?
Well, I think, thanks very much for having me. I think Professor Sachs overstates his point of view. And I don't think that your viewers ought to take Professor Sachs' word as gospel on all of these questions. That having been said, there is no question that these two greatest democracies, India and the U.S., have a lot in common. It's not just the United States trying to use India against China. China claims an entire Indian state, as you know, Arunachal Pradesh. They have not operated in accordance with the rule of law. It is a very, very difficult time in U.S.-India relations. I've been working on bringing these two great democracies closer together for about 35 years. It is a time in which we, unfortunately, have a president who sees international relations as real estate transactions and transactions that can aggrandize his own ego and his status. We have to work our way through this as India and the U.S. There is no international problem, whether it be China, whether it be climate change, economic development, that cannot benefit from U.S.-India cooperation. The point has been made by Professor Sachs that the U.S. and India are not allies. That, unfortunately, is very true, but it is India that has rejected the U.S. as an ally for fear that it would be drawn into things that it didn't want to be drawn into. For example, the military defense of Taiwan. So we have to have saner heads than just who's winning now and look at a longer run. The U.S. and India have come from estrangement, working our way through the sanctions in regard to nuclear tests to get to a point where we had a U.S.-India civil nuclear deal. And we have partners. We have a lot in common. People to people, Indian Americans are at the highest levels in business and government or in the United States now. So this is the approach that I believe should be taken. Can you trust Donald Trump? Of course not. He's proven that time and time again. Unfortunately, he has rejected economic advice of a kind which would lead to a rational approach. And we in the United States are in great difficulty.
Absolutely.